there, welcome to the first of a new series of videos I'm going to be doing. I'm calling it The Red Pill. I'm calling it The Red Pill after The Matrix. I think, like most people, I loved The Matrix when it came out. I thought, what an awesome idea, you know, creepy, scary, but what I did not appreciate at the time was just how accurate an allegory it was for the world that we actually live in.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
I wonder if any of you have ever had a realization so profound and so shocking that you actually feel it physically. You know, the world shifts beneath your feet, the ground literally moves beneath your feet, and you're dropped into, you know, a whole different reality. Well, that's what I experienced a year or so ago.
This can't be. Be what? Be real?
He's going into arrest.
Lock, I got him.
Now, Tank, now.
And when I did so, I realised at the same time that actually I'd always known this. I'd always known that there was something deeply wrong with our society and the way that we run things. And I believe that all of us carry this knowledge around, and that it's, you know, it's a spike in our brain, that it bugs us all the time, and ultimately it leads to so much of the damaging stuff we see in society, addiction and many other things which I'll get to. But I believe that each of us knows, if you look honestly into your heart and honesty and truthfully into yourself, that each and every one of us realises that there's something very wrong, and that we just don't really know what it is.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me.
And so what I'm hoping to do with these is to lay out, not that I'm an expert or anything, but to lay out, as I see it, what it is that's wrong, what, you know, the Matrix, if you like, how the Matrix has been constructed.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is?
At the very heart of the Matrix, for me, lies the idea of authority. At some point along the way, we accepted the idea that rulers, whatever they may be, emperors, kings, governments, whatever they may be, that rulers have authority over us, that they have somehow the right to tell us what to do.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
And by giving our consent and following their rules, we willingly enter the Matrix. But actually the truth is that we are free to exit at any time. You know, we can only truly be bound by the chains that we refuse to see. The German author and philosopher Johann Wolfgang von Goethe once wrote that none are so hopelessly enslaved as those who falsely believe themselves to be free. And it is the greatest deception that has been perpetrated on us, is the perception that we are free and self-determinate, when in reality we have very, very little freedom. We're free within the very narrow constraints that our masters are happy for us to wander in. But, you know, you try doing something, you know, out there a little bit, and you see how free you actually are. You know, you go and try and plot up in a forest somewhere and decide you want to live there. You know, the landowner's soon going to kick you off. You're not allowed to, you know, live permanently on common land. You know, you try educating your own children, try saying, I don't want my children to sit GCSEs, I don't want my children to sit A-levels, I think this is pointless, I'm going to educate them as to what I think is valuable. You know, you see how free you are when you actually step outside of that which the ruling classes dictate for us, you know, and see how free you actually are there.
You are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
The fact is that we are born free in this world. Jean-Jacques Rousseau wrote that man is born free, yet everywhere he is in chains. And we come into this world completely free, but immediately start having constraints placed upon us. And you know, it's reasonable in any society that you have certain constraints placed on your behaviour, not absolutely unlimited in what you can do, but those constraints should be based on simple, natural laws, you know, not causing harm or loss to other people, and being honest and forthright in your dealings with others, you know. And beyond that, nobody should have the right to tell you what to do. If you're being respectful of your surroundings and of other people, then nobody should be able to tell you what you can and can't do. But somewhere along the way we had our freedom taken from us, or more accurately, we were tricked into giving our freedom away, and that is a very clever con. The world we live in is a complete lie, a fabrication which is based on money, based on power, conflict and fear, and which is wholly at odds with the true nature of reality, which is harmony, symbiotic interdependence, oneness, and above all, love. But this fundamental truth has been obfuscated and has been concealed from us and overlaid with a false construct, this corporate state machine apparatus that we're all living as a part of, and which in a very, very real sense enslaves us. It takes away from us our labour, it takes our time, it takes our love, it takes our creativity, it sucks our very life force from us and turns us into nothing more than simple production consumption units.
What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
And because we've been duped into thinking that we are free, most of us don't even seek freedom anymore. In fact, I would go so far as to say most of us can't even conceive of what actual freedom is anymore. That's how profoundly conned we've been.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
But each of us is responsible for our own freedom. Each of us has to find it for ourselves, and the first step to achieving freedom is to first see the chains that bind you, and that is what I'm trying to do here. So that's about it for this. I hope you will take the red pill and join me for future ones of these. I'm going to be doing quite a few of them over the next however long, and I'm going to cover a wide variety of topics. The next one is going to be on money, or possibly the next two are going to be on money, because it's such a huge topic and it feeds almost all of the other tendrils. But money is but one aspect of a huge octopus with tendrils in all aspects of our lives. I'm also going to look at the media and the way that they propagate fear and misinformation and propaganda. We're going to look at the educational system and the way it's used to indoctrinate and encourage obedience, so that we listen and do as we're told and don't challenge too much. We're going to look at the military and the police and how they have been misused and abused, and so that they are no longer doing what they're supposed to do. The police no longer uphold the law of the land. The military are no longer fighting for, you know, for king and country. You know, both of these organisations are now fighting for upkeeping corporate and political rules. You know what I mean? They're not actually fighting for the people anymore. And then the false flag operations, you know, things like 9/11, things like the Kennedy assassination, things like the Gulf of Tonkin, you know, all of these lies that we've been told, Iraq, you know, all of these lies that we've been told over the years. And I'm hoping that I will be able to create a picture of a completely false paradigm that we've all been sucked into, and that it's not real. The reality is that we are all one. Yeah, we are all one love, and that's all there is to it. And to treat each other in any other way is a contravention of natural law, and it's as simple as that. There are many, many, many aspects to this, so it's not something I can cover all in one video. This is just an introduction to the series, but as I say, the next one is going to be on money, and I will produce that over the next few days. I can't promise exactly how long. I'm new to this. It's taking me hours and hours to do it. But yeah, if you like these, if you find them informative and easy to watch, then please share them, spread the word. That is the most important thing. That's why I'm doing this, is to try and get the idea out there, because knowledge is power. I know it's almost what's his name, a cliche, but cliches are cliches because they're true, right? And being armed against the Matrix is understanding what the Matrix is and how it works. And if you understand what it is and how it works, you can, to a reasonable degree, free yourself from it. I mean, it's impossible for any of us to be completely free of it, but you can do what you can, and the more of us that are freer of it, the faster it comes down, and we can build something more resembling an actual human society in its stead. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.